The Sony ZV-E1 has a cinematic mode which puts black bars into your footage directly into the camera. But you don't need to buy the expensive Sony ZV-E1 just to put black bars and make your footage look more cinematic. You can make anything look cinematic with black bars, even something like a banana. Before we dive into how you can add your very own cinematic black bars to your own videos in just a few clicks, let's take a quick look at their history and why these black bars exist in the first place. Black bars are related to aspect ratios, which determine the shape and proportions of a video frame. Now, they originated back in the 50s when the movie studios introduced widescreen formats like CinemaScope and VistaVision, all to compete with TV. These widescreen formats give filmmakers a larger canvas to tell their stories and create a more immersive and cinematic experience for viewers.
1 year ago, we launched the first CinemaScope demonstration.
Now, over time, widescreen aspect ratios became more common, and the presence of black bars helped preserve the original aspect ratio when the films were being put onto TV and kind of home video and that kind of stuff. Who remembers VHS, right? Nobody, okay. While black bars allowed viewers to experience films as they were intended, they sometimes caused confusion or frustration, especially when people didn't understand their purpose. I remember buying Alien on VHS, the widescreen version, and I thought it was going to be the best thing ever. And I was like, we have an old widescreen TV. Why is there still black bars when it's widescreen? Let's dive into how you can add them to your own videos without the need of something like the Sony ZV-E1, which, as we know by now, has a cinematic mode which actually puts the black bars into your video instantly. You don't have to buy that. You can do this in just a few clicks. So let's jump in. I'm in Premiere Pro in a 1920 by 1080 sequence. Now, this will work, the idea is the exact same regardless of the software that you use. So let me get some black bars here. What I want to do is select New, click Adjustment Layer, and let's go OK. Now we drag our adjustment layer on top, and it can be whatever length you want. If you have a ton of clips here, you can just drag it as long as you want. Now you're going, Vic, there's no black bars. So here's where the magic is. We need to go to Effects. Let's type Crop. And then let's drop Crop onto our adjustment layer. Now if we go to Effect Controls and we scroll down, we can see, hey, we got left, top, right, bottom. And that's what we need to do. So top and bottom here is where the magic really happens for these cinematic black bars, and each one has a slightly different number depending on how much of a black bar that you want to go for. Sure, you can just dump in 12 and 12 for top and bottom, and boom, we've got black bars. But to make it properly cinematic, if you're kind of like that sucker for attention to detail, a 1:85 aspect ratio has a 3.6% top and a 3.6% bottom. What about though if you want to do that famous 2:35:1 aspect ratio? Well, it's approximately 12.5% top, 12.5% on the bottom. And then for super aspect ratios and super magical black bars, what if you want to go for that really ultra wide looking 2:76:1? This is a whopping 21.3% on the top and 21.3% on the bottom. And you can just click on the number and type in whatever you want. And because you're using an adjustment layer to do all this, you can just reframe your actual video clips to whatever way you want, simply by selecting the clip and then just going to the position properties, and you can move it up or down, you could scale it in a little bit, and it's really, really easy to do. Couldn't actually be any easier, but as you can see, you've got to remember a lot of numbers, and this can become a pain in the butt if you're doing a lot of epic looking B-roll sequences. But what if there is a way to make this 10 times faster and so much easier? Well, there is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the adjustment layer so we're back to where we were. Hi, banana. Now I'm going to be in the Essential Graphics panel. If you don't see that in Premiere Pro, just make sure you select Essential Graphics here from the window. I'm going to select the plus side down here. I'm going to fire in my black bars aspect ratios Mogart. Just going to search for black bars. Now I'm going to drag it over here, right? And we can make this again as long or as short as we want. However, once I'm in Essential Graphics and I go to edit, we can see I've got 16:9, 1 to 85 to 1, 2 to 35 to 1, 2 to 76 to 1. All those famous aspect ratios are right there in the Mogert. That's going to save you a ton of time. This Mogert right now is available for Premiere Pro, and to celebrate the launch of this Mogert, we've got a 50% discount off right now, but it's just for the first 100 orders. So if you want to save yourself a ton of time, jump into the link in the description, and I'll see you on the next video.